everybody, welcome back to J&V Rock Cannon. I'm Jay.
I'm B.
So I'm going to show my last batch of out of final polish tumbles. I took them with me this past week. I was going to try to do it out on the road, but I'm kind of surprised because I had to take them out a day early because I had to leave. Anyways, with the weather coming in and everything last weekend the way it did, I wanted to take them all out and turn off the heat and AC unit, the window unit that's in the building, in the shop, because our electric bill's been crazy, because it's been so cold for so long that I've been running that thing nonstop, plus the tumblers running. And I think that's a major factor in why our electric bill has went up quite a bit. So I turned it off and took everything out of the stages, out of the barrels, cleaned everything up. And so, but it was a day early. I did it Saturday night. Not a full 24 hours actually, probably, but anyways, they turned out good. And I'm going to show you, but let me get this turned around and I'll get to showing, because it was 2 full barrels worth of polished stuff. So there's only like maybe 1 or 2 things in here that didn't really polish very good. One thing I'll show you as I come to it, that I keep having them stick to the bottom like flat pieces. They stick to the bottom of the barrel, and so the face of them are not tumbling for some reason. They're not getting polished on the face because they're sticking to the barrel. So anyways, let me get this turned around. Thanks, guys. All right, so I guess you probably noticed from the beginning that I'm not in the shop because it's like freaking penguin patoot cold out there, right? So and like I said, I turned off the heater, so I'm going to try to make this work in here in the kitchen. But I thought it'd be cool to put them on our little Lazy Susan petwood slab that I got from Dave, one of Lapidary Dave's live sales. And I don't know how many of you have actually seen this thing, but as I clear this off, as I clear it off, after I show something, I'll put it down on the side and then I'll show you the big slab. Hold on a minute, guys. All right, sorry about that. I had to adjust because the way I've got this tripod set up, it was in my way for showing this stuff. So anyways, before I show some of the stuff, let me pull a couple things out to show together. I may miss something, but I'll show them, but I want to get them together. So yeah, that's one of them. It just fell. Oh, that was one of the... I should have done this beforehand, I guess. And this wood is kind of small for this, I guess. Oh, Lordy. I guess that's it. Maybe this one too. Yeah, I think so. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I want to zoom in. Let me just show them to you as a handful real quick, and then I'll show them to you one at a time. Because I have a story to tell with these. So these, and these things are slick. All those. And I've got more, but these were what was in this batch. Over 2 years ago, like 3 years ago probably, when I became a rock hound, I happened to be at the dollar store, Dollar General, and in their crafting supplies and stuff like that, whatever, they had little bags, bundles, or whatever. I guess they were like decorative rocks. They were not tumbled to this extent. They looked like they were maybe river tumbled a little bit, or something like that. But I don't know why. I just had to buy them. You know, I wanted to look through them, and I didn't know much about different rocks and stuff like that. So I guess in my mind, I thought there might be something cool in there. Well, 3 years later, I decided to tumble them. Not all of them. I've still got quite a few out there, but these are the ones that was in this batch. And as you can see, they took a pretty good polish. Every single one of these did. So let me show them to you. Now, I don't really know what some of these things are, but I mean, they were just cool rocks. And obviously, to take that good of a polish, they must be pretty silicified, at least, I would think, right? I don't know. What do you think? Turn this a little bit. So that one was pretty good. And this one's got some little pits and stuff like that in it, but I mean, it sure took a good polish. I mean, that one almost looks like it's almost a stromatoporoid or something, but I don't see those other lines going the other direction, so probably not. Now, I haven't really looked at any of these up close myself, so except for a couple that's on the table here that I've done shorts on. You know, there's smudges on it from handling them, but I mean, they're tumbled so good. I don't know if it's a mudstone or what it is, but it, you know, some kind of banded chert maybe. And I don't know where in the world these rocks could be possibly from. I mean, who knows where Dollar General got their rocks for those bags. But I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with at least these and how they turned out, and they're pretty cool little rocks, I think, you know. Let's look at this one first. So there was a couple of these in particular that I really liked. This one was pretty cool. Looks like some pieces probably chipped off of it. That's cool though. So this one and the next one I'm going to show were, I just really liked the way they looked. Even before I polished them, you know what I mean? So it was pretty much for these two particular rocks that I really wanted to tumble them. because they were just neat. Like I said, I don't know if that's chert or what it might be, but it's pretty cool. And this next one I think is just a quartzite, but that one was just too cool. I thought that was a bruise at first, but you can see how the reflection is over top of that. So it's just like a little white quartzy spot. But the coloration in that and the stripes, I thought made this one super cool. Those brown stripes and then these white stripes going through it in other directions. It's just really cool. I love this rock right here. This might become one of my next pocket rocks. That one and this one. I really like that one too. All right, let's see. Let's show you this big old crazy lace. This is one that it was just a big rough chunk, and probably should either cut it down or done something like maybe let it go longer in stage one to smooth it out a lot, but it's got a lot of rough spots, cracking, and like this whole part right here probably should have come off. That whole section right there, all that should have probably come off of it. I mean, it wouldn't take much to break this thing apart. But man, it's got some great details in it. Look at that eye. Pretty rock. All right, let's see. Let's grab these. See how many might know what these are. I think that's all of them. Yep. Okay, so all these are the same. 5 pieces. I know there's one person, if he watches this, that will definitely recognize this stuff. This is some of the railroad chert that Nick at City Rock Hounding sent me some time back. And man, they sure, you know, that one batch that I showed, like my first video where I showed finished stones, and some of them were not polished, and you know, there were a few of these in that didn't turn out very good, but these all turned out great. And I know what I did wrong in that first batch. One of the barrels was not final polish, it was stage 3, so that was my fault. I gotta take them back to the barrel. But yeah, you could see these all turned out good. The last one, and probably my favorite one, even though it kind of had some chipping. I just love the banding. A nice banded shirt, just, I love it. But yeah, Nick finds his stuff at this local spot that he goes to and walks the railroad, and he finds these black and gray banded shirts. Yeah, let me find it. It fell on the floor here. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's so hard to see underneath this table. Anyways, these things are slick, man, I'm telling you. If I can do this without bumping everything. So yeah, I mean, those turned out pretty good. And then let me show, that's not one. So I had a bunch that I had cut, and I thought, well, why not just, instead of going through the process of face polishing them on the cab machine. Oh, this was one that was in with those Dollar General rocks. Put that down there. Yeah, I think this is all that's in this. These were just some random ones that I cut. I think this is both halves of this one. But you know, they just kind of weren't that great, you know, or whatever. There was a lot of quartz or something like that, so I decided I was gonna just tumble them instead of taking the time to face polish them. This one actually has some amethyst in it. I don't know if you can see that purple, but it's definitely some purple in that. I don't see it on this side. And I think this was look at that outside. Some, you know, these things have been surprising me with the exteriors. I mean, yeah, that's a little bit rough still in some spots, but it wore down a lot through that outside and exposes details and features that would not otherwise be exposed. Like, look at that. That was probably a window that you could see, but it's even showing more now, right? I think this was a Malawi. That's one thing about doing this. Some of them almost become unrecognizable, and as far as what they were compared to what they are. Where is that one? Not that one. I did a short on one of them. Maybe I left it in the truck. I might have. No, here it is. Here's another one that I cut. This one's a Mozambique. Oop, man, these things are hard to hold on to. Nice water line. Pretty cool quartz in the middle there, feathery looking. But what was so cool about this one, and this is what I'm talking about, what got exposed on, you know, the back side where the husk is. I mean, that is super cool. And I remember showing this in one of my previous videos, in the in-between stages, you know, and this was a little bit more prominent. You know, there was a little bit more color to this, so I could have moved it on sooner probably, but it still turned out pretty cool. And you can see some of this stuff is surface almost, but if you look down in there, there's some depth to this. And a lot of those little round, I was calling them fireworks, are down inside there a little bit more. A lot of it's surface, but either way, it's cool. I really like that one a lot. Here's another one that surface on the back side. It's pretty cool. You got a little eye right there that you can see. Another one right there. You can see little white ones right there. But the other side is all quartz. You can see some rainbows in the quartz though. So, I mean, it's still a pretty cool little rock. Yeah, there's rainbow flashing all over that thing. So yeah, I mean, ones like that I would not take the time to polish, I might as well just tumble them, and I'm not unhappy with the way they turned out at all. Here's another one I cut, I think. I think this was one of those Inca agates. So I'm probably going to tumble. I've got a lot of cut agates, as many of you will know. This was a Malawi. Really cool quartz in there. Floater. Nice banding, cool colors in it. But because it was mostly quartz, I didn't want to take the time and face polish it. But I'm not unhappy with the way this turned out tumbled. It looks pretty cool. You know, even there's some rough spots there, yeah, but you know, the face polished up great. And I think that's pretty. And I've got the other half. It's just not in this batch. But yeah, so what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all my agates that I've cut, and I'm going to pick out the really, really best ones to face polish on the cab machine and stuff, or the flat lap, or whichever I choose to do it on. And the rest, I'm just going to tumble them, because why not? These things turned out great. I don't remember what this one was, but it sure is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty rough, but I don't remember where this one come from. I don't know. It's cool though. And then I know there's, in several of these batches, I had some pieces of mookaite. I think this is all of them that's in this batch. And these were all pretty big pieces, you know. And this one's really cool because it had those dendrites in it. But they tumbled up great. Surprised that didn't come off. this one wouldn't hurt to keep running it in stage 1 for a little bit, but a lot of that stuff is just so deep. That's why I went ahead and moved it on. I just said heck with it. But it's pretty. Except for my fingerprints and crazy fingerprint smudges and all that. So, let's see, I want to do these next. This one, this one, this one, this one. I think that one too. I don't remember what that one was. Okay, let's start with this one. There's a big old chunk. This is a big old piece of banded chert that I picked up in Louisiana. It may have been one that Will found. It might have been one I found. It might have been when I wasn't even with Will, because they kind of started getting mixed up. And a lot of these things are so similar. This thing is so cool. It's just the way it feels in your hand. It's big, but that thing is cool. And it took a great polish. No matter how you hold it, it just feels cool in your hand. There's a feather and spots right there.
Ready?
All these next ones here are all banded cherts that I found down there, and same goes with all of these. I don't know if I found them, Will found them, Cajun Rockhound Will Bond. That's his channel name anyways. It's not his actual really last name, but he's a cool guy. I like him a lot. Got to meet up with him a couple times now. And I hope to meet up with him a fair amount more. Things are cool. I love these things, and this is why I wanted to pick them up, because I mean, look at that. I mean, if you like rocks, how could you not like these things? You know what I mean? How could you not like them? Of course, sneeze. Pretty rocks. And I did a short on this one already. It's funny because, man, for some reason my TikTok videos, which everything I put on TikTok except for a couple videos, are nothing but the shorts that I put on YouTube. So if you've seen my shorts on YouTube, they're all the videos on TikTok are the same, except for a couple videos. I tried to do some long form videos on there, post them up, but they did not do well. You know, people like the short format stuff, especially on TikTok. But anyways, so my videos over there, for some reason, have kind of been blowing up. One of them got almost up to 30,000 for me. You know, that's blowing up. I wouldn't call it viral, but it's almost viral for me. Because my most viewed video here on YouTube was that "You'll Cut Your Finger Off, Kid" video that I did as a kind of a joke. And it got up to like 15,000 something views. And now this one, one of them I posted fairly recently over there on TikTok is just shy of 30,000 views. And then on top of that, a bunch of others has been getting 2, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. They've been getting quite a few. And I did that short on this that chart that I just showed, not this one, but the one before, and it's only got 14 views. It's like, what? I've done 2 other videos since then. The last 6 or 7 videos have only been getting 200 or 300 views. TikTok is so weird. But there's a lot of people on there, and like, I don't really do it for the views, but when I see stuff like that, I'm like, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. This is the last one I think was a piece of that chart, but this very well might be a piece of that Georgia material, because I did pick up a few kind of grayer pieces that were kind of churty, so I think that might be one of those. Let me see if I can find all of them. There's a couple of pieces from Georgia in here. This is a piece of the Kentucky stuff. Now that green will not polish, but you can see how blue that other part is, and then you got the red. Yeah, I won't polish. I won't tumble any more of these unless I get a good solid piece, because they just did not tumble well. A lot of them broke up into different pieces. I think that might be the only piece of that in here. This might be a piece of it. Let's see, let's look at it. I think this might be the Georgia stuff. I'm not sure. It might be an ink agate too. I think it might be an Inca. Yeah, I don't know. This is was a bubble gum that was already kind of broke open like this and showing like almost like a geode pocket. So if you want to know what bubble gums look like, at least on the outside, we tumble them. At least this one tumbled well. But it had kind of druzy on the inside there, but most of it's kind of wore down. It's still pretty cool rock. There's that. Let me grab these real quick. Get these out of the way. This one, yeah, it's just these 3, I think. So these were all Swazis. I cut that one. I've got the other half somewhere. But some of these were just out of a bag, and I just went ahead and threw them in. I didn't cut them because they were already broken. Not really a way to get a good cut on them for specimens, you know. And a lot of these Swazis are, you can't even hardly see banding in them because it's just like pink chalcedony. You know, this one's got the cool eyes in it though. This one, I know I cut this one, but it's, there again, it's just basically pink chalcedony. There's not really, you can't really make out the fortification banding. Sometimes you can with these, but like here's one with waterline banding. I think this was an Inca. Kind of a chip. And these things are hard to hold on to. This, I think, was also a bubble gum that I just tossed in there whole. It just looks like a little black rock now. I mean, you can't really tell much that it was a bubble gum, but I know that it was. This was definitely a piece of the Georgia stuff that I found in the parking lot of that one business. I actually found it in a couple different parking lots. This was some kind of little agate. Looks oolitic. This is the only thing that did not tumble. Well, it tumbled, it just didn't polish. Don't even remember what it was. It might have been something, I think it was probably something in with them dollar store rocks. And I think this is the only piece of South Dakota pet wood that came out of this batch. Had some chippage right there. I guess there was a little fracture there that look at that wood grain. And then the rest that's just completely agatized chalcedony. But that's pretty. Oh, here's another agate that I cut. Oh, another little Mozambique. It's so blue on the outside. Nice little water lines, nice little floater. That's a pretty little agate right there. Let me see, where did I put that in? This one is one of those Costilla Park agates. CPAs, as Virgil wants to call them, Virgil Vigil. So I got these, and if I'm only repeating this because, you know, maybe somebody's watching this that hasn't watched the other videos where I've been cutting these little suckers. And I didn't cut this one, I just went ahead and tossed it in the tumbler hole because I wanted to see how it turned out, and it turned out great. And you got cool eyes on it. I mean, you cut these, as some of you have seen, they've got cool eyes on the inside, and there's a lot of times those platelets in them. And it's really cool. So yeah, so I got these from Lapidary Dave, Virgil Vigil, from New Mexico. Collected those and supplied Dave for his sale, and I bought a bunch of them, and they have been just great. Here's a little piece of Kentucky that I threw in there. Kentucky agate. It was just a little sliver that was left over after I was cutting for making a cab. That's pretty cool. Here's another piece. Sorry. Kind of the same thing. It just had a little sliver left over after cutting. It's got good banding in that little spot right there. You know, what are you going to do with this? You know, you can't really do much with it. So why not tumble it and see how it turns out? And this is another one. Still pretty. But this was not something that you could do much with as far as lapidary, except for tumble. I think, no, this is a, I think this is one too. This is a piece of Kentucky. Well, you could wrap this piece, but with all the agate being on that corner, you can see blots down in there through the quartz. It's pretty cool. Yeah, these dogs. Here's another one that I cut. This was okay. This is another Swazi. Cut this one. And this is the one that was stuck to the bottom, and you can see that round spot right there where it's dull. So I have to redo this one, I guess, because it was stuck to the bottom of the tumbler barrel. And this one's pretty cool. You can actually see banding in this one. It's still cool. I think this is the Georgia stuff. I think this might be Georgia stuff. It was just so agate looking, you know. I had to pick a bunch of that stuff up. This is Georgia stuff. And you can actually see banding in this one. Let me get it closer. You can see fortification banding all the way, oh, right through there. Yeah, if I ever, I've been to that place a couple times, and I picked up a few fair pieces of that. I'll give some to Patty and Danny, Trisha's Creations. I think this was a piece of Kentucky agate. It's a little piece that was kind of left over, and I just went ahead and tumbled it. Definitely some fortification going on there. This one is a little Malawi that I cut. Real mossy on one side and nice forks on the other. The outside didn't get all that grungy stuff out of there, but pretty little agate. And it's hard to hold on to. All right, hold on, man. I gotta go do something about these dogs. All right, let me zoom back in. Let me keep it there so I can actually get the macro lens to show up. All right, this was, I think this was a piece of Crowley that I found. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Crowley. It looks so different, tumbled though. It's hard to get this thing close enough to show it good. I don't like doing this in other than my shop setup. Malawi's I cut that was mostly quartz and just threw it in the tumbler. At the very least, they make good media. Little piece of Kentucky, I think. Man, it's so hard to hold on to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to zoom in because I can't hold it that close. I think it was Kentucky. Not sure what this was. It came off, looks like a piece of banded shirt. This was a piece of that shirt I picked up in Georgia. I had another piece, some more pieces of that tumbling somewhere. These two are Haunted Ridge pieces. When I cut that one piece up to make a cab out of it, some that I cut off, and this is the quartz from the druzy on top, and the agate needs no descriptor. But yeah, look at the color in that quartz. That makes it look really cool. And I've got another piece somewhere in one of my other barrels that is from this same cutoff, and it's kind of half moon shaped. You got the agate running all along one bottom of it, and then the top has this quartz with that color, and it made it look like a slice of orange or something with that quartz looking like that right there. And it was more the orangey look to it over here than the red. And it just looked like a piece of orange. It's pretty cool. I'm sure I'll show it whenever I get to it. There's a pretty cool little eye I threw in there. I think it was it might have been a Crowley. Yeah, I think it was Crowley. Here's another piece of Kentucky. Little sliver. Can't do nothing with it, but I can throw it in a jar for display. Here's one of the Costello Park that I cut, and the other half is in another barrel apparently, but you can see those eyes on the outside. And then that's what I mean by eyes and platelets on the inside. If I can hold this thing. These things are, they have been just too cool. I'm loving them things. Little piece of Amazonite, or is that a venturine? Venturine. This came in the bag of stuff from that was included in the tumbler, the National Geographic tumbler. I mean, it's pretty, I guess. This was a AZRE blue nodule, I think, or just a piece of their material. See a moss down there. I didn't cut this one, I just went ahead and tumbled it whole. And it was too cool. Now there's some spots that didn't tumble out. Yeah, I could have left that in stage 1 longer, but it's still cool. Really cool. I like it. I don't remember what this one was. Let me think. Definitely some kind of agate. See some faint banding in there. I don't know, this might have been a bubble gum. It makes me think it was these darker spots like this. It's definitely got some faint banding in there, little lacy banding in it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is a bubble gum that I picked up in South Dakota. So that one turned out pretty good. And this is Kentucky stuff. No, this, no, yeah, I don't know. It could be the Georgia stuff. That bluish part right there was making me think. I don't know. I'm just not sure on that one. This was a little piece of Kentucky. Pretty little piece. And it's little. This is definitely the Georgia stuff. Oh, it's so hard to hold on to. This Honor Ridge. It's a lot of the quartz is on top. You can see a little bit of the agate around the bottom. I think it, just shot straight across. This was a piece of the crazy lace that came off that bigger chunk apparently. And this came off something. It's pretty, whatever it was. And I think this was definitely off the Kentucky stuff. You can see that greenish stuff in there. All right, let's see. Let's show you the wood. This is a heavy, big chunk. Let's see if I can show you how thick it is. Let's do it this way. It's a full round slab, basically. It's all bark on the outside edges. That thing's heavy. Let me turn it over. This side is still kind of crusty. I need to take and polish it. This side here looks like they've tried to polish it, but it's not fully polished. So I like it like this. I just wanted a big old slab like this to put on our Lazy Susan. Oop. It's not perfectly round, but it fits this Lazy Susan good, and we put stuff on it, and I just love it. I wanted a bigger piece. I wanted something that was a fair amount bigger, but all right, hold on, guys. I want to get this stuff put back on here, and we'll look at this stuff with the UV. All right, here we go. UV Beast V3 365 Beast Mode. That's my thing. Here we go. Oof, man, right off the bat, that petrified wood from South Dakota is nuts. That chert, that's the railroad chert. Wow, I was not expecting that. As black as they are. The mooncat actually is showing up a little bit more than I was expecting it to. Huh. Louisiana banded chert. This one's pretty cool looking. This one is too. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, like this. This is definitely Kentucky stuff because it's got that purple in it. The rest of it really isn't much UV. But that orange looking stuff really shows that purple. Let me hold that one to the side and show it to you. That little piece of Kentucky egg is pretty cool. Oh, that stuff falling over the place. That little piece of Kentucky egg is pretty cool. Lally. Here's the other one. Quartz nodule. No. Let's see if this Mozambique shows anything. Not really much. I kind of half expected some of these to show some green. That little Mozambique don't show nothing. The Swazies don't. Pretty much the only thing that's really showing good is the chert. That's Haunted Ridge. That little Costilla Park don't show much. Whatever that little agate is showing up a little bit. Could not get that polish out of the center of that I scrubbed and scrubbed on that thing. I need to get my little spray gun cleaner out. Whatever you call it stuff. Oh, man, live. Oh, here's something green. Oh, this was the that's the bubble gum. Yeah, there's green. Huh. Yeah. Nothing really else. All right, hold on, guys. All right, this is the one that was showing the purple. I said was Kentucky stuff. Now that I see it in UV, I know it's Kentucky stuff. So all this pink up here is feldspar, and it shines purple. You can see the twins. Depending on which way I turn it. Let me zoom in. And it don't look as good as it would with macro lens, but you can see it at that angle right there. Yeah, you can see that green. That's definitely Kentucky stuff right there. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's chalcedony mixed with some feldspar and who knows what else. And that's why I call it Kentucky stuff, because what else is it? Hold on, guys. All right, guys.
Hey, guys.
Place has got a lot of glare.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm trying to go to bed.
No.
Why
You
not?
can't go to bed without me. I haven't had my nightly pestering routine yet.
You've pestered me all
No, I
day.
haven't. No, I haven't.
Listen,
No, I haven't.
it's
All
been
day,
cold,
no. A few times.
snowing.
A couple times here and there.
Our driveway is ice and snow, and my truck's drove really good in it, and he's pestered me every day.
Come here. You ain't been seen for a while.
Oh. Butters, what you doing, girl?
That's Butters. She's grown up.
Where's Gypsy?
A year and a half old now.
Yep.
Matter of fact, we think we're going to let her get bred one time. We've got a friend that has a beautiful long hair,
Beautiful.
chocolate and brown.
Oh!
Get back.
Sorry. Roscoe hit the... No.
Our big dogs
Sit.
are clumsy.
Well, they're trying to get to her.
Yeah, she's well, I'm not going to show you, but
She's in heat.
she's in heat.
And they're way too big to get to her, so we're not worried about that. But, yeah, they're pestering the heck
So-
out of her.
Anyways,
No.
that's my little girl. All grown
Wait a
up
minute,
now.
we gotta get Gypsy.
Where's she at?
She's on the couch.
There's my two big huge spheres and tower that I got from Roofortress. Here's Gypsy. She's pretty much grown up now.
Hey, your baby. Hey, your baby girl. I know. I know.
She's so pretty.
Tell me.
Anyways, let me know what you think about that stuff, guys. There's some pretty stuff there. I had to stop the tumbling process until we get some warmer weather because that was getting too expensive. Yeah.
You don't want to know what our electric bill was. It'll be worse next month.
Yeah, it'll be worse. So you just gotta, I don't know. We'll see if that helped any.
Well, we did
Turning that thing
also.
off.
I blocked off the doggy door with a blanket because I was freezing the other day. It got down to like 0, and I put a blanket in front of that to block it off, and then a blanket blocking from the kitchen. What?
It's just, I'm not going to show them. It's just funny the way.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but it worked. It worked.
It definitely
It helped.
warmed it up in there in the main part of the house. So, anyways, I know.
Hey, don't eat my nose.
She likes to bite your nose.
Oh. Don't do it. No. So we're thinking about breeding butters one time.
I just think it's good for a dog to
It is. It's supposed to be
get-
better for them.
at least
They got-
have one litter.
But,
And I know
hey.
it won't be hard to
She's a grouch.
get rid of them. We might have to keep one.
Listen, I know they're pestering you, but
And my baby girl.
you know, I don't know. But you stop. I know, Daddy will be done in a minute, and you can get all of his attention. You can get all of his attention. I just saw in the news it's
All right.
supposed to snow next week too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm ready for
Hey,
spring.
whenever, let me just go ahead and say this. The sale with Claude, I made that post and some of y'all commented on it. And I mistyped and said that we did have the sale. We did not have the sale. I edited it and fixed it. But it was supposed to be what was it, the January 25th?
Yeah.
Last weekend
Last
on
weekend.
Sunday. But we had all that ice and stuff, so yeah, no, we didn't have the sale.
then
And the
this
way this coming weekend's looking, it ain't gonna happen then either. It's supposed to
this
be
weekend,
really cold.
Knoxville got hit with 6 inches of snow today or this weekend,
Yeah.
so there was no way we'd be able to drive down there. So we'll do it
Yeah.
eventually.
Because of how we're doing the sale and the location, we need it to be a little bit warmer.
It's a store.
So,
Have you ever seen Lulu?
yeah, they've seen Lulu.
Lulu.
That's the old woman of the house now. She's my girl. Her breath stinks so
I
bad.
know she's got bad breath.
I mean, there ain't nothing gags me, man. When she starts trying to lick on you,
She's a good girl.
it turns my stomach.
She would be a perfect dog all by herself because she doesn't like any other dog around her. The big ones, she has a fit and barks and snaps at them if they get too close to her. She don't like other dogs.
All right, well,
All right, I'll shut up. You
Yeah,
guys
we
have a
need
good
to-
night. What?
need to go ahead and end it because this is a long video. It's
Yeah,
over
I
an
will.
hour long.
Your videos are always.
I think it's going to be over an hour
Your
long.
video, you're drooling on me.
There's a lot of tumbles there.
You're drooling
So,
on me.
anyways, tell us what you think, and I hope you like what you saw. If you see anything I did wrong, feel free to say something. I don't
Like, share, comment.
care if they're all perfect or anything. So, where's that thing we're going to put them in the bowl?
Oh.
You have them handy? I guess we'll show you this. This is one of the things we've decided to do for displaying them here in the house. And we probably got more than enough already to do this. I just need to get this.
Sorry, I had our emergency candles in it.
Where's the platter part?
Oh. You know I got big candles.
So we're gonna have to wash this thing off. We got this kind of a black bowl here. It's kind of pretty big, you know. It's not very deep, but what I decided I was going to do.
Let me get the.
So we got this. Hold on.
Put it down there so they can
Well, you got all this stuff still in it.
Because that was holding all the emergency candles.
We got this little kind of serving tray type thing. You know, it's just a little cheap, little decorative thing. And what we're going to do, we're going to put
Did
this.
you order that sand?
Not yet. Put this right in the center, and then all along underneath it and inside of it, I'm ordering some black kinetic sand, and I'm going to put it down in there, and then I'm going to place the tumbles in and around, inside and around the edge, and that's one of the ways we're going to display them. We're going to get some glassware also to display it, but
Ow.
here, just put it down. That thing's bigger than you think it is. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I mean, we were just walking around and I just seen that stuff, and I just had the thought pop in my head to do that. And so yeah, we'll show you whenever we get the sand and actually make the display. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Jay.
I'm V.
You're barely in frame.
Oh, sorry.
You gotta be able to see you. I
I'm
want
V.
to see you.
You see me every day.
Later, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.